Good day, my dear students. My name is Hannah Marie Iviota, and today I will be discussing about the female reproductive system. But before we start, let us first take a look at the objective of today's video lesson. At the end of our discussion, you are expected to identify the parts and functions of the female reproductive system. The female reproductive system is one of the most vital parts of a human reproductive process. Although a man is needed to reproduce, it is the woman who incubates the developing fetus and delivers the child into the world. The major organs of the female reproductive systems includes the ovaries. The ovaries are small, oval-shaped glands that are located on either side of the uterus. And why are they important? Yes, because ovaries produce the female hormones and the egg cells. Have you noticed that these ovaries are connected to finger-like structures? These are called the fimbriae. The fimbriae help to hold the egg cell released and also help to sweep the egg cells to the tubes. This is very important because egg cells are non-motile, which means that egg cells can't travel on their own. Now, these tube-like structures are called the fallopian tubes. Yes, they connect the ovaries to the uterus, but more importantly, the fallopian tubes are the site of fertilization. It is in the fallopian tube where the sperm cell fertilizes the egg cells, and from here, the zygote starts dividing and grows into an embryo. And then, the embryo will go to the uterus. The uterus is the site of attachment of the fertilized egg, and it also holds the egg for 9 months until delivery. Now, this lining that you see here in the uterus is called the endometrium. This thickens and renews itself in preparation for pregnancy. But if pregnancy doesn't occur, it sheds in a process known as menstruation. And this is called the myometrium. When the growth of the baby is completed, the myometrium will induce the contraction of the uterus. And then we have the cervix. The cervix is the passageway which serves as the entrance from the vagina to the uterus. And finally, we have the vagina. The vagina serves as the birth canal during childbirth, and thus it is where the baby comes out of the mother's womb. And those are the major parts of the female reproductive system. To recap, the parts of the female reproductive system are the ovaries, the fimbriae, fallopian tubes, uterus, endometrium, myometrium, cervix, and the vagina. And now, to evaluate what we have learned, let us now have some activities. For activity number 1, I have prepared here some strips of paper containing the parts of the female reproductive system along with our model of the female reproductive system. Now, what you're going to do is you have to stick these strips of paper into its corresponding parts here in our model of the female reproductive system. And after that, we will then proceed to activity number 2. So for activity number 2, you will refer to this table. Now, I have here some cutout numbers representing the functions of each parts of the female reproductive system as indicated in the table. Now, what you have to do is you are going to attach these numbers into its corresponding parts here in our model of the female reproductive system.
And that ends our discussion. Thank you for listening.